I'm just here today to set the record straight. In Tuesday's debate, my opponent stated a number of falsehoods about my record on council, blaming me for the Canderel project, which in fact I opposed, the MFP fiasco, which was a fraud that was not approved by council, and soaring debt levels, which occurred after I was elected to Parliament. In seeing Graston's cartoon this morning, I realized that I must correct the record. Graston now lumps the Canderel lie in with the Cleary Convention Centre, built over 20 years ago while John Milson was mayor. I voted once in favor of allowing preliminary discussions to proceed in deference to the city's largest employer. The parties were well aware of my objections to the proposal at the time. In my very last council meeting prior to being sworn in Parliament, I publicly urged council not to proceed with the plan of expropriation, which would be considered sometime later. I explained that it placed the city at unlimited risk since the costs were not known and would not be known for many years. I also want to correct the record on what my opponent called skyrocketing debt in the 80s and 90s. This is a complete falsehood, as you can see. My staff have handed out Schedule 9 to the city's 2010 budget, which shows the long-term debt from 1980 on. I was first elected in 1985. The total gross debt at the time was $108.5 million. I was elected to Parliament in April of 1999. At the end of 1998, the total gross debt was $103.5 million. The taxpayer-funded portion was only $55 million. During those years, we acquired the Walker Farms, Twin Oaks, and Ojibwe industrial parks, sound investments that were funded through the sale of those properties to new industry, and recently to the federal government for our new bridge. We also acquired the tunnel and funded its repairs. That asset also speaks for itself. The current debt at the end of 2009 is $182.4 million, approximately $80 million higher than when I left council. The run-up in debt occurred as a result of council decisions and government downloading that occurred after my departure. While I was on council, I chaired the audit and finance committees, as well as fiscal fitness policy, which included tax increases of 1% below the rate of inflation for over 10 years, reducing the debt and giving us 6 consecutive bond rating increases. My record, if reported properly, speaks for itself. Thank you.